The night was as black as the abyss, swallowing any trace of light that dared to penetrate its depths. I gripped the steering wheel, my knuckles turning white against the darkness that surrounded me. The only companion I had was the rhythmic hum of the engine and the distant howls of the wind. I had always been told to avoid driving through the desolate stretch of woods on Route 66 after sunset, but desperate times called for desperate measures. I was on my way to attend my sister's wedding, a joyous occasion that clashed starkly with the eerie atmosphere enveloping my car. My headlights sliced through the velvety darkness, revealing the gnarled branches of ancient trees that clawed at the sky like skeletal fingers. The air felt heavy, with an unspoken menace, and a chill crawled up my spine with each passing mile. As I pressed on, the road seemed to stretch endlessly into the abyss. The occasional flicker of my headlights revealed shadows that danced at the edge of my vision, playing tricks on my tired mind. I tried to shake off the unease, attributing it to the exhaustion that clung to my bones. But the sensation of being watched persisted, an invisible presence riding shotgun in the passenger seat. My eyes darted nervously between the rearview mirror and the road ahead. Paranoia crept over me like a shadow, and I couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something lurked just beyond my field of vision. My heart raced, matching the pace of the tires against the pavement. A dim glow appeared in the distance, breaking the monotony of the oppressive darkness. Relief washed over me as I approached what seemed to be a gas station. The flickering neon sign read "Last Stop," casting an eerie glow on the deserted pumps. With a sigh of relief, I pulled into the station, hoping to escape the suffocating isolation of the desolate road. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness as I stepped out of the car. The station, frozen in time, looked like it had witnessed decades pass without a single customer. The buzz of flickering fluorescent lights overhead echoed in the silence, and the wind whispered through the rustling leaves like a chorus of lost souls. I hesitated for a moment before deciding to fill up the gas tank. As the nozzle clicked, I glanced around, my senses on high alert. The desolation of the place clawed at my nerves, and the dim light played tricks on my imagination. I could have sworn I heard footsteps, but when I turned, there was only the empty expanse of the gas station. The door to the convenience store creaked open as I cautiously stepped inside. The shelves were stocked with dusty, long-forgotten goods, and a layer of grime covered the counter. An old television flickered in the corner, broadcasting a distorted image that added to the surreal atmosphere. The bell above the door jingled, and I spun around, my heart pounding in my chest. A figure stood in the doorway, obscured by the shadows. My breath caught in my throat as the silhouette shuffled toward me, revealing itself as an elderly man with hollow eyes that seemed to pierce through my soul. "You shouldn't be here," he rasped, his voice carrying a warning that sent shivers down my spine. "This place, it's not what it seems." Before I could respond, the lights flickered, and the man vanished into thin air. Panic seized me, and I stumbled back, crashing into a shelf that sent long-forgotten cans tumbling to the floor. The world around me warped, reality bending and contorting like a nightmare come to life. With a racing heart, I sprinted back to my car. As the moon hung low in the ink-black sky and the shadows danced eerily on the desolate road, I embarked on a night drive that would forever etch itself into the deepest recesses of my soul. Little did I know that this journey would unfold into a nightmarish odyssey, a spine-chilling tale that defied all reason and plunged me into the abyss of terror. It all began innocently enough. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness, and an oppressive darkness clung to the edges of the road like a malevolent force waiting to be unleashed. The dashboard clock mocked me with its relentless ticking, as if counting down to an impending doom that only I could sense. I navigated the winding road, surrounded by an impenetrable forest that whispered ancient secrets, its twisted branches casting grotesque shadows on the asphalt. The only source of illumination was my feeble headlights, barely cutting through the oppressive darkness that swallowed the surroundings. The radio emitted an eerie static, occasionally interrupted by dissonant whispers that seemed to resonate with the mournful cries of the wind. Unsettled, I tried to tune it out, focusing on the desolate path ahead. But an inexplicable unease settled in the pit of my stomach, a premonition of horrors yet to unfold. As I continued, the road stretched endlessly into the abyss, and a thick fog began to materialize, obscuring the path ahead. The air turned frigid, and a haunting presence lingered in the mist, unseen but undeniably present. I could almost feel eyes upon me, malicious and unrelenting. Suddenly, the headlights flickered, casting the road into pitch darkness. Panic seized my heart as the engine sputtered, threatening to succumb to the suffocating silence that enveloped me. With a desperate prayer, the engine roared back to life, but the ordeal had only just begun. Shapes moved in the periphery, elusive and ghastly. Shadows morphed into twisted figures that seemed to follow the car, their grotesque forms contorting with each passing mile. Dread clung to me like a shroud, and the lines between reality and nightmare blurred into a surreal tapestry of fear. A ghastly apparition materialized in the rearview mirror, its hollow eyes staring into the depths of my soul. My breath caught in my throat as the figure whispered indiscernible words that reverberated through the car, echoing like a macabre incantation. I dared not look back for fear of confronting the malevolent force that had latched onto my journey. The road twisted and turned, a labyrinth leading me deeper into the heart of this spectral nightmare. I felt an otherworldly presence, an ancient malevolence that permeated the very fabric of the night. The air grew heavier, and a sense of impending doom hung like a guillotine over my trembling soul. As the first light of dawn broke on the horizon, I found myself on the outskirts of a seemingly ordinary town, shaken to the core by the horrors that had unfolded during that fateful night drive. To this day, the memories linger like a festering wound, a testament to the inexplicable horrors that can materialize on the loneliest roads of the human psyche. The night drive had become a harrowing descent into the abyss, a journey that defied reason and plunged me into the clutches of a supernatural malevolence that forever haunts my dreams. May you never experience the chilling horrors that unfolded on that accursed night drive. Thank you for your support and love. Stay safe and keep smiling.